So let me get this deck loaded, and then we will start the game here. This is LNL Weekend Stream Marathon, and we are doing Growing Competence Dilemma combo. Okay, Cursed, for the first game, I'm going to be playing Fluttershy Growing Confidence. Who are you playing?
I can tell already that I did not do the Octagon thing correctly. Because, yeah, my deck is showing us 27 cards in it.
Did you use Hithrock's proper converter?
Was it not just the normal one? Was it something else?
Yes, it was something else.
Okay. Give me a second then.
Okay. Well, here, now we get a chance to look through the cards a little bit differently. So let's take a look at all the cards that we have here. Alright, so Goldie Delicious is one of the new friends. 4-cost, 2 rec in both pink and yellow, and 2 power with Caretaker. But when this card enters play, we may retire any number of friends, and if we do, we put that many Critter Friend tokens into play. But if a player has 8 or more points, we put twice that many Critter Friend tokens into play. This works really well with cards like Cockatrice Migration, or Friends Are Always There, which both can create critter tokens. It can also work well with Corralling Critters, which lets us pay 1 to put 2 Critter Friend tokens into play when we move a character to that problem. And of course, with Day Shift, when a dilemma enters play, then we're in good shape. It sounds like Cursed might be just about ready here. Let's see if he has fixed the converter yet. You trying that converter again, Cursed?
Yeah, looks good.
Okay. So who are you playing as your main?
Should be Spell for that.
Got it. So we'll get set up. And with Spell for that, I'm not too worried about a starting problem, so I'm going to choose Searching High and Low with the hope that I will be able to start a problem face off as soon as possible. Good. Glad to hear it. Okay. So Buckball strategy means his main is going to be at 2 power as long as it's on its start side, and that will require 6 for us to be able to confront if we boost our main. Thankfully, we won't before we confront. Looks like you're up first.
Okay.
Will you be keeping?
I believe I will.
This hand is okay in the late game, but it doesn't do a whole lot early apart from give us a method of being able to confront. But it also has a Day Shift and an Unsatisfactory Work, which can be nice. So it's risky to keep, but I'm going to elect to do so. I'm also going to keep.
Okay. Okay. Main phase.
Main phase is fine. Let's see if he's going to reveal his hand. Twilight's...
Let's throw out this rarity.
Just a rarity. Okay, rarity's fine.
And then show my ante.
Okay, let me make some notes here. Okay, looks good. So this is likely a unicorn tribal aggressive deck, is my guess,
Right,
with
go ahead.
Rarity and Smoke and Mirrors. So we'll see how that pays out. Okay, Critter Choir is a nice draw for later. It's one of the cards that we definitely want to see to help us boost our power. And so for now, just to get on the board early, we're going to move to main phase.
Okay.
And play a Fluttershy Professor of Kindness.
Got it.
Score phase, attempt to confront.
Sounds good.
And we'll pass back. So, Smoke and Mirrors.
It's our turn. Let's look at the top card of my deck.
Reveal, yes.
Or reveal, yes. Okay. Let me just check for myself. All right, reveal. If you do, pay 1 for the first. Okay, excellent.
So this can get him.
I should not have done that. Okay.
This can get him a little bit.
Back on top. There we go. Thanks. My apologies.
Okay. So his first Fire of Friendship is going to be free, but he's not really in need for that right now. He's got his 3 purple, which is more than enough to be able to play Smoke and Mirrors or Sunset Shimmer, and of course Twilighting. Another Generous Pony can get him a lot of power. Actually, the Generous Pony would be enough for him to start a DFO, but starting a DFO is probably not great for him, because it flips my main and there's no bonus points to be earned. Both Buckball Strategy and Searching High and Low are a 0 bonus. And that eats up one of his Rarity activation, or triggers, rather. So we'll have to see what he chooses to do. My guess is if he doesn't go for the DFO this turn, he'll probably try...
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we're...
I'll just 2 to move.
2 to move is fine.
Score phase?
Looks good.
Over to you.
Okay. Ooh, Cockatrice Migration. That's not bad. That is an interesting option. So we are missing some of our entry for some of these other colors. We will eventually want to find that. For now, we know that we could potentially face a Sunset Shimmer eventually. Yes, if we confront, he'll have 3 AT. He could play Sunset Shimmer, and then he could put either Professor of Kindness or Day Shift on top of the deck, but there's the question of whether or not he would actually want to trade a Sunset for that. He might just play a Smoke and Mirrors. I could see that happening. Regardless, we'll progress to main phase.
Sure.
The question is whether or not gaining AT does anything for us right now, or spending AT does anything for us right now. The best thing that we can possibly do is to play a Day Shift. If we play a Day Shift, then it basically forces him to use some kind of removal on it. So I think that's probably worth it. So, and in this case, we just want to ensure that a face-off takes place, so we will go... It doesn't really matter. I'll play it over to Buckball Strategy. We'll play a Day Shift.
Okay.
Move to score phase.
Okay.
And confront for 1.
Alrighty, top card.
It's unfortunate. Because we are almost certainly going to get hit with that Banishing Day Shift going into play at Searching High and Low. It's a very good top deck for him, especially since he has no top deck control right now.
Alright, let's pay 3 for the old money. And banish Day Shift.
Okay. Expected.
Score phase?
Score phase is good.
Confront them both?
Yep, that's fine. I'll flip Fluttershy.
Yep.
Go to flips.
Sure.
Okay. We will replace our problem. Okay. My problem is concerning Cutie Mark. I will trigger Fluttershy. Oh, there we go. There's a Fire of Friendship. That's nice to see. And down the drain. So
Go ahead.
Day Shift wouldn't have done a lot there anyway. Ooh, that's a fun one. So we actually have the ability to create 2 token copies, or to create a token copy of Pegasus Royal Guard this turn, which is really quite nice. The question is whether or not we want to do that. We might elect just to wait a turn, because if we wait until we have more AT, we can spend 2 to move Fluttershy, then we can play Cockatrice Migration, which puts 2 token friends into play, put a Fire of Friendship into play, and then play a Pegasus Royal Guard. That will be the 3rd friend that enters play that turn, so we'll put a token copy of Pegasus Royal Guard into play. We'd have 3 over at Concerning Cutie Mark and 6 over at Down the Drain, which is pretty good. And I don't expect that Cursed is going to be able to DFO next turn with 3, so I think we're just going to do that. We will just save and pass. Okay, I'm going to pass.
Sure.
Let's see what his top card is.
So I imagine that... Hang on a second. How is... Well, let's see how Octagon handles this Meticulous.
I was going to say, I think you have to put a stop in there using the window in the upper right-hand corner.
Oh, yeah. I've never even considered using that before.
Learning to use Meticulous is always tricky.
Right, and then it just draws me. Okay.
Yeah, so you have to put the stop in there before you go to that.
Fair enough. Twilight's a May. So that's just whatever.
It's fine. Processing Octagon is hard. You can still have it set. You have Meticulous. I know you have some control, especially when you're leaving the card on top. So just, what was the card?
It was Twilighting.
Twilighting. Okay, sure. So with Twilighting, that means he has 2 in hand right now. So there's only 1 unknown card that he has. Smoke and Mirrors won't be enough, even with 2 Twilightings, because he needs white over here. So we are in pretty good shape. And Twilight's modifier lasts through the end of your turn, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so he won't have a discounted
It's
Twilighting.
this turn is its expiry.
Yeah, okay. So we won't have a Twilighting modifier on our turn, which is good. Getting some token friends into play with Cockatrice Migration is also going to be nice. Though one of them will almost certainly leave play due to home limit.
I'm going to play the free Twilighting.
That's fine. Unsatisfactory work will be okay, but it's not like we want to bounce old money or rarity generous pony. I think the best use for it is going to be when he tries to confront exactly with Smoke and Mirrors tokens, and then we get rid of a token. Or maybe Sunset Shimmer.
Same day goes on top.
Okay, that's fine. Can you do me a favor? When you do the top deck, can you just flip the card?
Oh, sure. Sorry, for Twilight's trigger?
For any trigger, the same day or Twilight's. They're both going to be on top, so it'll be very easy to see that the card is coming from the top of the deck.
Okay, fair enough. That works.
Losing the day shift kind of hurts, though. So what we'd like to see now is friends are always there, more Cockatrice Migrations. Any of those options would be great. I'd like to get as many copies of Pegasus Royal Guard as possible. We're actually both kind of doing a similar thing in that we have friends that can duplicate themselves when we do certain things. He's got Smoke and Mirrors, I have Royal Guard. So it's kind of funny how this match turned out. Now Cursed has 418. Now that's a little more scary.
Let's go Sunset over here. And then just to score phase.
Let me think at score phase. So this could be the time to play Unsatisfactory Work to put Sunset back in hand. It'll shut off Meticulous, which is useful, and it will allow us to DFO without the potential of him getting rid of one of our Pegasus Royal Guard tokens. We'd go up to 6, so we would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That's fine. Okay, at score phase, Unsatisfactory Work, Sunset Shimmer.
Fair enough.
So we will have enough AT to do this.
Take it away.
All right, so we're going to draw. Okay, motivational speech is fine. I'd probably like to use that on white instead, so we will use the Fire of Friendship for purple. That's going to be better. And Cursed has only 1 AT. One of his Twilightings has been played. We know he still has a Sunset. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he has 7 cards in hand. 2 cards unknown. Okay, main phase. Fire of Friendship, naming purple.
Uh-huh.
Cockatrice Migration.
Okay.
Pegasus Royal Guard. This is the third friend that entered play this turn.
Yep.
Pay 2 to move Fluttershy.
Yep, that works.
Score phase.
Looks good.
Okay, double confront and flip for face off.
Sure. That's certainly you.
Yes, it is. New problem is Distracted Lead Actress. I'll gain 1 AT and draw a card. Draws are not great, but at least we have our
recipe research over here.
Sure, sounds fine. End of turn, no player has 8 or more points. I have to retire 2 Critter Friend tokens. Or 2 Critter Friends. Now we are in okay shape.
All right, let's try this with the pause.
So we've got our rec for white and our rec for pink, which is great with 2 motivational speeches. It means that we can play any dilemma that we draw. Royal Swanifying, Surprise Summoning, or obviously the yellow ones.
All right, and Twilight's trigger. You said you wanted this to be flipped, right?
Yeah, if you just flip it, that's fine. Ah, sunset. Okay. You have to press spacebar.
Alrighty.
I want to be really careful about recipe research. It's a little difficult to read sideways, but when that problem is confronted by any player, he puts an ingredient counter on the card, and when he plays an event, he can remove 2 ingredient counters from the card to copy its effects. Copying a Twilighting could be bad. I'm hoping that he'll actually take the bait and try to do a Hyper Beam on Fire of Friendship, since we do not have any more, and we don't need our purple for anything else. We'll have to see how that works out. I think the best draw that we would have off our top right now would probably be a Friends Are Always There. I just saw Hithrock's message that yes, this deck has 12 dilemmas in it, and the goal is that you confront 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 problems all at once through a bunch of power boosting effects and get huge burst. Looks like Cursed is taking his time. We're going to hope that he chooses to be aggressive.
Okay. Trixie over here.
Trixie's fine.
Rarity will give Trixie +2.
Yep, looks fine. Oh, Smoke and Mirrors doubles this card's power. That's right, it doesn't make token copies of it. I'm sorry. I spoke that wrong. Yeah, score phase is fine.
How would it be best to put the counter on the problem?
You should just be able to add a counter, I think.
Oh, that way. Sure.
All right. Ooh. That's nice. That means if things really go south, we will be okay. I don't see a lot that I am really concerned about here. Two or less in discard pile into play. We don't have anything in the discard pile for friends. I think just banking here is probably fine. If I can draw into a Cockatrice Migration or a Friends Are Always There, though, that would be very nice. Maybe it's worth trying that. Have to spend some to draw anyway. I can bank, because I'm not really set up in a position to do a lot else. So... because otherwise I just go for that. I really want to try to get this problem out of the way as fast as possible. Main phase is going to pay to draw.
Okay.
Okay. That's definitely interesting. I think I'm willing to take one more risk for Our Friends Are Always There and see what happens. And if that doesn't work, I will probably pitch a Goldie Delicious, and then we can reanimate it later if we need to. Pay to draw again. Okay. That's fine. We'll save that for next turn. Score phase, pass, discarding Goldie Delicious. The one thing I really don't want him to do is to remove one of the Pegasus Royal Guards. But we might not have a choice. The good news is next turn...
Put the paws in the wrong place.
That's okay, you can just show me what it was. High alert. Ah, okay. So right now he only has Twilighting in the discard pile. I'm not too worried about High Alert. Twilighting is a card that gives him a little bit of value, but it's not going to do much else. So, not too scared. Hithrock asks, how much would School Shutdown slow down this deck when used at the right time? It depends. If the deck chooses to set itself up in advance with Pegasus Royal Guard instead of going the Token Swarm method, then it can hurt it quite a bit. However, that's why Critter Cavalry or Critter Choir and Goldie Delicious are in here, is they allow you to get bursts of tokens in the mid to late game, even if your board is not great. Goldie does require a few more friends, but you can make that work. So High Alert is an interesting card. It says that...
Oh, I see. Okay.
It says that until the end of the turn...
It drew me a card for some reason.
So I guess you just have to set the pause before you do your Meticulous then?
Yes.
Okay.
It looks like if you have a pause enabled and then you try to tab past it without unpausing it, it'll like reprocess the same phase you were on.
Gotcha. Anyway, we were talking about High Alert. Until the end of the turn, whenever an opponent plays a card, you may put a card from your discard pile into your hand, and then banish this card.
Which means I have now way more AT than I should.
Yes, I think you should be at 6, right?
Did I? No, 3. I believe so.
3. Yes, you're right. So that card can be very good at forcing the opponent not to make a big burst play if there are lots of valuable cards in his discard pile that he would want to bring back. But right now, there aren't. So we're in pretty good shape. Still haven't seen any of our yellow dilemmas, unfortunately, which is kind of sad.
Okay. Twilight.
Okay, twilighting is fine.
Press the wrong button. I did not look at any of the cards.
Did you shuffle your deck? No, it doesn't look like you did, so that's good. I am a little worried about the fact that Recipe Research is going to have 2 counters on it. But the hope is that his events aren't great. I guess we will have to see.
I'm just going to go to score phase.
Score phase is fine.
Go ahead.
Ooh, Fire Friendship is very good right now. That means that we can hit white with that. And discard it. Well, we won't discard it to hand limited in turn. So, can we force a face-off here? Yes, with Critter Choir, I think. We play Fire Friendship for 1, then we play Critter Choir for 4. That causes a bunch of friends to enter play. We go up to 6, 7, potentially 8, 9. Then we can retire Critter Choir at the end of turn to use In My Head Like a Catchy Song. I like this. We definitely want to play the Fire Friendship here as well, even though the Critter Choir is white and we have Surprise Summoning in white, because if we play Motivational Speech and that gets hyperbeamed, then that hurts us much more. So I think that's what we're going to do. Move to main phase.
Sure.
Fire Friendship. Naming white. Critter Choir.
Alright, fair enough.
So 2 tokens. Everything gets +2 power. Also trigger both Pegasus Royal Guards.
Yep.
I think this is correct. Let me make sure. Let me think here. I think this is the better move in case he has some kind of removal for the Critter Choir. Is we really want this face-off to take place, so. Okay, and all my cards have +2 power. All my characters have +2 power until the end of the turn. Score phase.
Give me a moment. Go ahead.
We will attempt to confront Distracted Lead Actress.
You're good.
We will attempt to confront recipe research.
You're also good.
Face off anything pre-flip?
No.
Another dilemma. It's okay, though.
Okay. You're at 3-6.
23. .23 power is not bad.
All right, you're good.
Score 2. Okay. Let me deal with home limit here. Retire critter choir. A couple of critters. And one more. And the tricky thing here is whether or not we want to get rid of Professor of Kindness. Oh, also I need to gain an AT and draw a card from my problem entering play. Okay, well, not great. We have another Professor. Okay, discard a Professor of Kindness. Or retire a Professor of Kindness, I mean.
Of course.
Okay, at this point we might need, or we might not need a bunch of dilemmas. That's the nice thing, is you get a lot of burst with Critter Choir. And next turn, we can go again. We can spend one for motivational speech, naming Pink. And then we can play In My Head Like a Catchy Song to put Critter Choir into play again. Which would go 10, 11, 12, 13 for winning the face-off.
Twilight's Trigger.
Ooh, nice. Luna's Future is good. I'm very glad that that's happening now. Go up to 5 AT next turn. So 1, 2, 3. We could still play Surprise Summoning, which would be nice. Gain 1 AT and draw a card. So that effectively costs us 1. But we'd only be able to do that once Critter Choir is actually in play. Which is still okay. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 4 Cockatrice Migration. If we draw a dilemma here, if we draw a dilemma, we can potentially win. That's what we want to see.
2 for Trixie.
Okay, Trixie's good.
1 for the Luna's Future. Actually. Yeah, still. Banish the white Fire Friendship.
Sure. Just as a reminder, your main is currently boosted.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Okay, white fire is gone.
I'm just going to throw out the high alert.
Ah, okay, got it. Well, that's not as bad.
Score phase.
Score phase is good.
In front of both?
Yep, that's fine. Flips. Okay, well, we didn't need that. Okay, you win. And that's interesting because now we get another AT and draw. I will gain 1 AT and draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, another surprise summoning.
Give it a rarity.
Ooh, that's nice.
Go ahead.
Okay. And friends are always there, too. So the question is, can we win this turn? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If we can confront 4 problems and then start the face-off, then with Surprise Summoning's bonus of 2, that will definitely be enough. So if we play Motivational Speech naming white, brings us down to 5. Surprise Summoning brings us down to 4, effectively. Another Surprise Summoning brings us down to 3, effectively. And then Motivational Speech for pink, for In My Head Like a Catchy Song, brings us down to 2. And then In My Head Like a Catchy Song, 210, brings us to Critter Choir, which makes a ton of tokens. And I think that does it. So I think we've got game here. Let's make sure. Yep, we'll only be able to bring back 1 Professor of Kindness, but that's not going to be that big of a deal. This will be totally fine. Okay, so we're in great shape. So let's have some fun. What happened? It drew me a card again.
No worries.
Sorry about that. Wonder why it did that. Octagon is strange. Okay, so let's go for it. Motivational speech.
Okay. Naming.
We're going to name white.
Ooh, that's not what
Surprise summoning. 2 triggers. 1 trigger from surprise summoning. I'm sorry, did you say to hold on after naming white?
No.
Okay, that's
No.
fine. Yeah, so 1 trigger from Surprise Summoning, putting Fluttershy into play there, and 1 trigger from Fluttershy main, gain 1 AT, draw a card. Let's see, now we can actually just play Sanctuary Construction. And that will likely be fine. Yeah, it's actually cheaper than doing the other one. And it lets us go a little bit deeper. So we might as well. Sanctuary Construction. Gain 1 AT, draw a card.
Uh-huh.
Okay, this is fine. Motivational speech. Naming pink. Still good?
Yeah, that's fine.
In My Head Like a Catchy Song. Reanimating Critter Choir.
You didn't see it, but I just grimaced really hard there.
Yeah. So, Critter Choir triggers. We're going to call this friend number 3 over at your problem and friend number 4 over at mine. And then we're going to do the Pegasus Royal Guard thing. And everything has +2. All right. Score phase?
Yeah.
Confront 4 problems?
I believe so.
Face off?
Sure.
And score 2 for the bonus.
Oh, is it... Wait. Which is the 2 bonus? Oh, that's the 2 bonus. Okay, good game.
Good game. Woo, we did it! So this is an amusing deck. Thank you for the game, Cursit. That was fun. I like how we each went after strategies that could boost our characters to very high levels of power.
Yeah. Those royal guards are scary.
Yeah, they are. If you don't deal with the token copies early, they get out of control very fast. What else was coming up here? More stuff. There's some dilemmas down there. Would you be up for playing another game with a different deck?
Oh, naturally. I have 3 of them.
Ah, excellent. I have 8.
Ah.
I went
Really...
I went a little overboard. This was fun, though. So let me reset this game and select the new deck and be back here in a minute. Okay, so that was a lot of fun. Let's see what we're going to be playing next. I would like to play a different deck this time, so we will roll a d8, which comes up as an 8. And 8 for us is... let's see. Looks like that is Tempest White Unicorn Control. Okay, well, we will give that one a shot then. There are many events in this deck. Just a moment, Cursit. I'm going to go through the deck here and then be all set to set up, okay?
Of course.
So let's see what we're working with. We have some Rarity Professor of Generosities, Starlight Glimmers, Old Monies, of course, more Starlights, Miss Mains, Exposed, and some Sunset Shimmers. All of which, you may note, are in fact at least partially unicorns, which is nice. A couple Flyers of Friendship, some high Ts for more AT generation, which is nice, and a few motivational speeches. 2 copies of Detention, 3 copies of Luna's Future, 2 copies of High Alert, 2 copies of It's Gonna Work, 3 copies of Hypnotized by Fear, 2 copies of Twilighting, and 2 copies of Same Day Delivery. And then we have a pair of Grubbers and the Suite of Mimics. So we're gonna do control things with lots and lots of events. Let's see how we do. Okay, I am playing Tempest. Who are you playing?
Sorry, can you reset the game again? My apologies.
Yes.
I had to remake the deck in the new exporter again.
Ah, yes, that's fine.
Okay, my main is Smolder.
Smolder, okay. Interesting. So this could be like a hand disruption strategy with the new orange event. It could be some more Dragon Tribal with Bump Set Spike that can put Troublemakers into play at immediate speed, which could be pretty good. I guess it's not Bump Set Spike, it's just Bump Set. It could go in a completely different direction. We'll have to see. Everything look good on your end now?
Yep. Ready for starting problem.
Hithrock says he thinks this game is going to last 2 hours. I don't think it's going to be quite that bad. I hope it's not going to be quite that bad. Okay, this hand is okay. We have a high T early. We have a Starlight that we can play along with some entry. We have Hypnotized by Fear. There's some fun stuff we can do. And since Cursed chose not to start with lacking lesson plans, this means that we can really put the squeeze on here, even though we're going second. Are you keeping your hand? Are you deciding whether or not to mulligan?
Yes, thank you. Don't worry.
Okay.
I am going to keep.
I am also going to keep. Okay. And we'll get an extra card off of Royal Breakfast, so that's going to be quite nice. Okay, at the start of the game, I will draw a card.
Of course.
Okay, Twilighting is nice. He might be hurting here.
I pass.
He will have 2 orange rec, though, which is pretty good. So, we'll have to see how that goes. Starlight Glimmer is very good. Now, normally, if I was Tempest here, and I was going first, I would have elected not to flip this turn in order to play the Starlight Glimmer, gain the 2 AT, and then flip Tempest on the subsequent turn. However, because we are forced with what is likely either put a Troublemaker into play right now or allow Smolder to flip, we're going to put a Troublemaker into play right now. So, and this early, since I don't really know what he's dealing with, and he's likely to have a lot of Dragon or Friends at least, I think it's going to be better for me to just grab a Grubber and just hope we don't give him the entry. So, I'm going to do the thing.
Of course you are.
Okay, and we got lucky, because he would have flipped otherwise. Oh, this could be like Smolder Farm. In fact, it does look like Smolder Farm. Ish. Ooh, okay, interesting. Just a moment. Now, this is curious, because we can take Patagium, and that will lock him out of Torque Wrench and Spike Fight or Flight, but it will still leave him with a Grogar. The best place for Grogar is actually in the discard pile. If he's in the banish pile, he can come back. If he's in the hand, he can obviously be played. Taking the Patagium is a nice option. Patagium would force 2 AT for that to get to purple, and then 2 AT to play a Spike. Or a Torque Wrench. I think hitting the entry, though, is still probably better. I'm going to hope it is, anyway. Okay, I'm going to choose Patagium.
Sure.
And let me just make some notes. Okay. Yep. Getting rid of entry is just going to be a good choice there. And we'll pass. So now on our next turn we get to play a high T. Hopefully Cursed elects to play at least one Troublemaker so that he's at an odd number of AT, so that we are the only one who benefits from this. And then if that's the case, then we would go up to 3 on our next turn. Starlight, exhaust high T again, go to 1. Exhaust Starlight, go to 2. And then we're at 2 AT. And that's pretty good. High T is going to be
Troublemaker?
an interesting one for sure. Troublemaker is fine. Let's hope he doesn't play the other one.
Fire to purple.
Ah, drew a fire off the top of his deck. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine.
Spike over here.
Sure, Spike is fine.
Go ahead.
I'm not too worried about that Spike, since we can banish it with It's Gonna Work if we really need to. Twine Rarity Exposed is a nice one. Hopefully that is not a Grogar. I don't think it would be a Grogar. That would be kind of foolish. He's not... He doesn't have any events in his hand right now, which is good. It means that he can't play Torque Wrench in order to banish High T. So what we're probably going to do is go to main phase, play High T, go up to 1 AT, save that 1 AT, and do nothing with it. Allow Spike to get to 4 power, confront for a point, even with a Mimic sitting right there. And... it's going to be tricky. We're going to have to see. High T is definitely the right play, though. So, well, the other option could be to Luna's Future, but I don't really like that. Smolder still isn't flipped, so we're in good shape there. High T. Let's each gain an AT. And we'll just pass and see what happens.
It's the Mimics. I am going to fight the Grubber.
Okay, give me just a moment. He could play a Torque Wrench, and he could play a Grogar, which could get him down to even again. If he just plays Torque Wrench by itself, it's not great. He can't play Plume. And I feel pretty confident about our flips. We have a lot of our 3s in hand right now, so I think I'm okay just going for blind flips and hoping that he has like a power play. If he has a power play, then those 2 extra flips are definitely going to crush it, and we don't want to spend a Twilighting. So, okay, I am prepared to go to flips.
Okay.
Nice.
Alrighty, that's you.
Okay. So another Luna's Future on the bottom. Let's see what he elects to do now.
Sorry, main phase on me.
Yeah, that's fine. Main phase is fine.
Let's play another Spike.
Ooh. Okay, well, that was his other draw. That's fine. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, start of my turn.
Oh, events.
Events it is. No, it didn't give me my AT or draw card. Ooh, another Starlight. That's nice. So I can play the Starlight over to Mimics. And then exhaust high T and do nothing. Exhausting high T is definitely correct. He left himself with 1 AT, so we're 100% doing that. And I think playing Starlights over there is going to be our best option. I could move up Tempest as well, which is not the worst option in the world if I wanted to really beat up Mimics next turn. It might force him to play a Grogar, so we'll have to see. Main phase.
Yep.
Starlight Glimmer. We'll use high T on myself. We'll use Starlight.
Yeah.
We don't have any events that we can play here. We can't play the other Starlight yet. So the question is, do we want to move up Tempest in the hopes of beating up Mimics? We'd go up to 3? No. We wouldn't have enough AT to play Twilighting, so I think it's not worth it. Pass turn. And the reason that we're playing these over here, even though Starlight and the other bodies could be used to confront Royal Breakfast, is it is far more likely that Cursed will play the Grogar that we know is in his hand over to Royal Breakfast, where he has no characters to lose, versus playing it to where he already has a spike that will likely have some counters on it. So if we force him to play the Grogar to answer some of our friends, we want him to also be dealing with some of his own. It'll also make it much harder for him to eventually confront that problem with Smolder, although he very well may just do that this turn. So that's the thought process behind this. It's very likely he's going to challenge here. Good news is, next turn...
Main phase.
Main phase is fine. That's interesting.
I'm going to pay to draw. Twilight.
Sure. Okay, so again, still only one
Still
unknown
events.
card in hand. Not too bad. Ooh. And there's a miss main. I can't banish any of these immediately. But if I play the Starlight and then play the other Starlight in order to challenge Mimics, I feel like that's pretty decent. So... Oh, sorry. Main phase.
Main phase is good.
High T, both of us. Starlight. Another Starlight.
Okay.
Motivational speech. Naming white. Starlight Tribal.
Okay.
There is a theme with these cards. Look, she's even there. And we'll pass.
Sure. Sorry. Troublemaker phase.
Yeah, Troublemaker phase is fine.
Let us fight Grubber.
Okay, fighting Grubber.
Put Spike in.
You are at 6 versus 5.
Yep.
Do you have anything?
Ready for flips?
Yeah, ready for flips. Okay, I have you up.
I agree.
Okay. That's
Diligence.
fine. Not a big deal. And we will almost certainly just discard the Miss Main if he spends the 2 to move up Smolder, which he likely will. We'd still be up 1 in the face-off, although then Spike could be involved.
Two to his folder.
Okay, that's fine. Spike becomes involved. We go up to 2, 3,
Score face?
4, 5. That's fine.
Go ahead.
Okay. Start of turn.
Oh, events.
Okay. So let's think about this here for a second. If we challenge, we discard a Miss Main. If we discard Miss Main, then that goes up to 8. Then Spike goes up. Then Spike gets even larger. Then we lose. We send home probably Starlight. Exhaust high T. Go up to 3, 4, 5 with the Starlights. Spend 5 AT. Play It's Gonna Work. Banish that Spike. Or we could just do that automatically, which is okay. The other option, of course, is to try to use like a Hypnotize by Fear, but that's not great. If he forgets to use Spike, then we're up by 1 power going into the face-off, and that's pretty good. So, sure, let's give it a shot. I don't care so much about having a Miss Main in the discard pile. I think that's okay. Troublemaker phase. I'm going to choose to challenge Changeling Mimics.
Okay. Let me see here. Sure. Spike and Smolder.
Okay. Discard a Miss Main.
Alrighty. So I'm at 8, 12 total?
Yes, I see you at 12 versus my 9.
Okay.
Flips?
Flips.
Okay. That's fine. Now Spike is larger, but we don't care about that, because he's going to go away. Main phase. High T. Starlight, Starlight. It's going to work for 5 on Spike.
The big one, I assume?
Yes, the big one. And then we're going to pass.
Sure.
At least in Octagon, you can't stare silently at Cursed. There may be some Trixies in here. Somewhere. Hithrock. I'm neither confirming nor denying the presence of Trixie in this deck. I will say it was a card that I definitely looked at, or was one of the first cards considered for this list. So, pretty good odds. There is Trixie on high tree. This is fair. Okay. Sure, Torquench is fine.
Gemstone Feast.
Okay.
I have 2 dragons. Okay. Hang on a second. I have to reveal the cards. Okay.
Plus 1 more base.
Oh, sure.
All 3 spikes early is not my favorite.
I'm going to put Storm King into play.
Sure. That is really unusual. That is exceptionally unusual. Let's see which
Both on top.
resource he chooses to get rid of.
Go ahead.
That's unfortunate. He forgot to use Torque Wrench.
Oh, shoot. I had a Torque Wrench trigger. Do you mind if I...
That's fine.
The high T.
Very interesting. Okay. So he still has that Grogar, and he still has that Plume in his hand. But the Mimic's tax is gone, and that is very unusual. So I think what we're going to do here is just exhaust the Starlights. Yeah, we're going to exhaust the Starlights for 4. Yep. Okay, so this is going to be all kinds of fun. Let's go to main phase.
Sure.
Exhaust both Starlights. Play Twilight, Sparkle, and Rarity Exposed.
Sure.
Getting a Grogar into play where Storm King is.
Grubber, but sure.
Grubber, not a Grogar. Let's see what else he has in his hand. 2 unknown cards. Oh, another Plume. Oof, that Foff is unfortunate. Oh well, it's not that big of a deal. We have another one after all. Okay. And technically I also have a trigger on Starlight Glimmer who is going to choose It's Gonna Work. I will name Grogar. I will name Grogar, Cursed.
Well, fire is happening.
Yeah, that's fine. And the trigger on Starlight, I think I forgot to mention, is going on It's Gonna Work.
Sure.
Which is going to be played immediately to banish your spike.
This Fire Friendship is going to be... let's make it purple too.
Okay. Excuse me. All right. Not a great position to be in. Definitely not my favorite. But his hand is not stellar. The only thing that he can play right now is a Grogar, which he is likely not going to want to. And we can take that next turn, if we so choose.
Alright, we
can also likely beat up the Storm King, even with the 8 power.
Yeah, we'll fight Storm King.
Or he'll just do it. Sure, that's fine.
I'm fine to proceed to flips.
I am also fine proceeding to flips. I believe we are tied.
That is correct.
Next flip?
Yep.
Got it. That's
up by 1.
That's really good.
Alright, that's you.
That is exceptionally good for us, because he is now subject to the Storm King tax if he wants to get back up there. It's going to be Twilight moving home, but still. Every little bit helps. We could choose to Hypnotize by Fear his Torque Wrench, but that doesn't do much. We could actually Hypnotize by Fear, then Twilighting and eat one of the purple, but again, still not much. Just not a great use right now. Ooh, Sunset's interesting. No events yet. Talented Friend, as you didn't control it when you played the event. Correct. Steel would not trigger that. She would not be on our side of the field to be able to see the trigger. That is correct. However, we do have a Twilighting later, so if we really wanted to do that, we could. So we're at 8 versus 6, which would eventually go up to 8 as well. As long as this last card in his hand is not another Fire of Friendship, then we could take Grogar and not have to deal with it. And I think that's probably the best option. So let's do that. Let's go to main phase.
Okay.
Exhaust both Glimmers. Sunset Shimmer is an interesting card. Could consider that. I really want to hit Grogar, though. So we're going to hit Grogar. Play another Twilight Rarity. And flicker the Grubber again. Ooh.
You can still see my hand.
Plume is frustrating. Unfortunately, I think it's kind of going to have to be Plume. I'm glad we took it now. We saw another one flipped early, so that's... Or no, we saw one put on top of the deck early. That's right. So, okay, it's going to be Fume.
Expected nothing less.
Now, if we really wanted to, we could play Luna's Future now to banish Rarity Exposed, put the Grubber into play, and then grab the Grogar, and I think that's kind of hilarious. There isn't really another option, so we might just Luna's Future. I think Luna's Future is probably fine here. It'll be amusing if nothing else. Luna's Future, choosing to banish a Twilight Rarity until the end of the turn.
Aye.
And then I will pass the turn. Twilight Rarity will re-enter at the same problem, and this time I'm nabbing Grogar.
Sure.
We did it!
Sure the set rotated? This feels too familiar.
Well, I mean... Have I not played anything new yet? I played a high T. That's a new card.
So far, yeah.
Okay, well, we've dodged a few, which is good. We have dodged Mimics, because Cursed got rid of it. He has not yet beaten up his Storm King, which is nice. We have a card we can discard if we so choose. Though I likely wouldn't. Want to.
We shall try again on Storm King.
Okay, that's fine. 6 versus 6. Anything pre-flip?
Nope.
Okay, let's go to flips. Ah. Okay. I have no response.
Okay, score 2.
This is fine. This is fine. Now we can start gaining some actual action tokens. And so we'll definitely end up keeping a Starlight and a Twilight as well, in addition to these two. We have a Luna's Future we can replay.
Staff?
Entering play. Staff is fine. And we are definitely going to. In fact, at this point, I think we just go for the greed play of Torque Wrench, dismiss the Staff, use the power there, and then put Torque Wrench on top of his deck. Because that sounds like fun. So we go Hypnotized by, so we go up to 4.
Let's use it on one of the... I guess the Frightened Glimmer that's had the problem.
The Exhausted Glimmer?
That's true. Yes. Exhausted.
Sure. Soon to be frightened. Let's flip. Okay, that's fine. We
Alright, score face.
still have more than enough AT to do this, so this is fine. Yep.
Front and face off.
Yep, flips. Ooh, lost an old money, but that's okay. He lost another fume. It's 2 fumes down. Okay, looks fine. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Let's get rid of that staff. That seems irritating. Ooh, detention is interesting as well. Let's go to main phase.
Okay.
Exhaust Starlight. Hypnotized by Fear on your Torque Wrench.
Sure. That doesn't trigger, right?
No, it does not. She was under
Okay.
your control and did not see me play that, so.
Presumably it's about to trigger, though.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
You are correct. This will resolve Twilighting, but you know what's getting eaten.
Sorry, is that banished or
Nope, just dismissed.
dismissed? Okay.
Ooh. Okay, so we definitely don't want the Mistmane on the bottom. High Alert on top seems pretty good. Let's do that. Perfect. Just like that. Okay, score phase. End of the score phase, Torque Wrench goes on top of your deck, and I will retire a Twilight and Rarity to home limit. Okay. Now we're in pretty good shape. We're not bad. It doesn't look great because we're down a few points, but, you know, it's okay. We've got some mismade opportunities. It's going to take Cursed a while to reset his board. His hand is not great. Currently, we know that he has a Torque Wrench, as well as 2 Plumes. And next turn, we can Unfrighten Starlight again to start gaining more AT. Detention will not be a bad option. Yeah.
Let's draw a card.
There's a high T we could get back with Miss Main. That'd be kind of nice. He's already flipped another staff as well, so staff and 2 fumes gone. 2 stabs and 2 fumes gone.
Go ahead.
Hithrock, you do in fact spot another Trixie on detention. There's that high alert, so that's going to be a great one. The question is if we want to do it next turn. There are very few cards he would actually be playing. But he'll likely set a Plume, since he has the rec to do so. And so even time walking him for a turn seems good. Main phase. Okay, let's exhaust Starlight.
Uh-huh.
We'll Unfrighten and exhaust the other one. Now we have to decide what we want to do this turn. The proper answer is almost certainly nothing. The other thing we could do is to try to mill Cursed a bit, but again, not a whole lot to do here. I think the best thing that we do is wait. If he plays the Plume, then we detention Plume, gain AT back, and then on the next turn we could consider like a high alert. Right now we're just trying to play an AT efficiency game, so there's no reason for us to do anything yet. Pass the turn. This is one of the difficult things to do about Control, and that is you have to be patient. Sometimes it's going to feel like you're not doing much, but it's a game of momentum. And right now, even though, well, it kind of looks like it based on the board, we definitely have momentum. If he plays Torque Wrench, we are in fantastic shape on our next turn, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unicorns. So he will spend 4 AT to play a card, and we will spend, effectively, 1 AT to get rid of it. And delay his draw by a turn. In fact, if we really wanted to get rid of it, we could detention, gain the AT, and then bring back a Miss Main to mill it, which seems like a nice option. Interesting. I wonder what he drew.
Troublemaker?
Ah, okay.
Go ahead.
Getting back Miss Main here is definitely worth considering, because that gives us a card we can discard that will only give him 2 power in the face-off. But he's not going to use Smolder against this Troublemaker, because then he would have no power. Say that again?
I was just asking to make sure that you're still here.
Oh yeah, I'm still here. I'm monologuing.
Oh, I see. Okay, fair enough.
Well, better lucky than good, I suppose. I don't know how much of a use there is for playing that Starlight right now. It's probably the right call to do so. There's nothing we want to detention. We could high alert, actually. High alerting him on his turn seems pretty good. So let's say we just go for the AT efficiency play. We go to main phase, exhaust, go up to 8, play a Starlight, go down to 5, move Tempest, go to 3, move Starlight, go to 1, confront for a point, have 1 AT left, exhaust that Starlight, go to 2, play the high alert. I like this play. This is a good play. Main phase. Starlight. Starlight. Tempest.
Okay.
Starlight. Starlight.
Sure.
Score phase.
That's good.
Confront for a point, and exhaust Starlight. Now, this is potentially risky. We are begging for a Grogar at this problem. Just absolutely begging for one.
Storm King?
Okay, Storm King. At the end of your uncover step,
Sure.
high alert.
Let me just look at your discard pile here real quick.
Now, the hope in doing that is that we'll either get back several valuable cards from our discard pile,
All right, fair enough.
or he's basically wasting a turn.
I'll move to fight Storm King.
Okay, fighting Storm King is fine.
Nothing pre-flip.
Nothing pre-flip.
Let me see here. I'm at 5 versus 12.
That's what I'm currently counting.
But give me a second. Sure, power play.
Okay, that's fine. You can resolve power play first.
Okay. 2 flips?
You will flip 2 additional cards, and I will get back a card from my discard pile.
That's right. 1 short. Okay.
Let me see here. I could get back High Tea. Getting back Twilighting is also nice. Getting back Luna's Future could potentially be good. I think I like getting back Luna's Future and then dropping a Grubber to further disrupt a hand. Let's go for that. Because at this point he can just play a Torque Wrench again if he really wants to. But we can also get events out of the discard pile. Getting back High Tea is probably correct. So we play a Sunset next turn. Yep. I'm going to choose High Tea.
Okay. Anyway, I lose.
Okay. At this point, if he plays another card, I'll get back a Luna's Future. May even get back a Twilighting. Twilighting's pretty good. Twilight Rarity is good too. Just everything in our discard pile except for Miss Main is really nice to get back. Sure.
Main phase first. Starlight.
That's fine. I'll get back a card. What do we want to get rid of? Luna's Future is nice. Let's do that. Yeah, I like that. We'll get back a Luna's Future. And now we kind of had Cursed exactly where we want him.
Alrighty, go ahead.
Because he is being clever by not exhausting Starlight now, so that if we play high T, he gets the benefit of it. What he doesn't know is we have another Hypnotized by Fear in hand. So we can actually play that Hypnotized by Fear, gain his Starlight, exhaust that Starlight, and just do some absolutely rude things. Which we are going to do. Okay, main phase. Let's exhaust both Starlights.
Sure.
Let's play Hypnotized by Fear on your Starlight.
That's a shame.
Exhaust your Starlight. And yeah, he will get the 1 AT off of the high T, but it's okay. I think it's still worth it. High T, we can each gain 1. How do we feel about this? I think I'm still okay with this. So I think we just kind of bank right now. Pretty happy. Score phase.
Score phase is good.
Confront for a point. Exhaust this Starlight for 1 AT. Put Starlight back on top of your deck. All right. And now we have the ATs. Which is good, because we are going to try to wrap this game up as fast as possible with Miss Mains. And we're in pretty good shape for doing so. We are gaining over double, or no, we are gaining basically exactly double the amount of AT each turn that Cursed is currently gaining. And in his discard pile, if he really wanted to get back something, he could get back a Grogar, which would be frustrating. He could get back Fume as well, but we can still take Fume. Next turn we go up 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Miss Mains. It's just rude. Yes, as Hithrock is pointing out, the important thing here is the fact that he currently can't farm Storm King. This is not a good place to be in. If he does not have a Grogar in his hand over at Royal Breakfast, we're in very good shape.
Starlight?
Starlight is fine.
Use it right away this time.
You got it.
Torque Wrench.
Okay, Torque Wrench is fine.
And to you.
So we could detention both of these. We can play detention. Then we can play a Sunset Shimmer over to Storm King. Ooh, can we actually mill both of them? I think we can. Excuse me. So we play detention. Well, let's go through the turn. Let's see what happens. Oh, another high T. How convenient. So we go detention, gain on one of these, gain 1 AT. Effectively brings us down to 6. Play a Sunset Shimmer over to Storm King. Brings us down to 3. Triggers Starlight on detention. Play detention brings us down to 1 over there. Gets us 1 AT up to 2. Spend 2 to miss main and mill 3. I like it. Sounds like a plan to me. And then we still get to exhaust for a bunch of AT. But we'll do that later. Main phase.
Yeah.
Detention on Starlight. Cool. Sunset Shimmer. Trigger off of Starlight on detention.
Oh, that. Yeah. I understand.
Play detention on Torque Wrench for effectively 1 AT. Spend 2, put Miss Main from my discard pile back into my hand. We each mill 3. Same day, Hypnotized, Old Money. Oh, we hit 2 Torque Wrenches. Not bad. High T, let's each gain 1. Exhaust a couple of Starlights. Could have played the other high T, but I'm not going to be super greedy right now. I'm fearing like a school shutdown. Score phase.
Uh-huh.
Confront for a point. And pass. That was kind of a sick, nasty turn. So theoretically, 2 pieces of Cursed's resource removal are now gone. We don't know how many he's running overall. But we also got rid of his Starlight. That's really nice. And we have Old Money that we found in the discard pile. We can set something with Twilighting.
Sorry, main phase.
I don't think we want to face off against Storm King yet. But I'll probably put an Old Money there. We'll probably get Old Money back next turn.
A Stalker. Troublemaker.
Ah, this is likely a Grogar. If it's not a Grogar or a Mimics, I'll be very surprised.
Go ahead.
Okay. Meticulous 2. Ooh, I like both of those cards. Detention and High Alert. Very nice. That's quite good. Okay, so we could challenge Storm King and be forced to discard a Mistmane, which is not great. How many cards does he have left in his deck? 23? Try to mill him out. 7, 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10. Start gaining a bunch of points. Twilighting. It doesn't seem right to try to go after Storm King this turn, so I think we're not going to. We'll wait a turn. Again, patience. Patience. And yes, as Smithers points out, this could in fact be a motivational speech and not a troublemaker. We are in the main phase. I really want this High Alert, too. Maybe we just play a Mistmane. Get the old money. Banish. Nothing. Seems bad. Get the Mistmane. Okay, what can we do? We can Luna's Future. We can Luna's Future, Twilight, and Rarity. Get Twilight and Rarity up to Storm King. Then Luna's Future goes in the discard pile. Then we're at 5. Just a moment, curse it. Then we Mistmane down to 2. That triggers Starlight. We could play any event from our discard pile again. We get back a card for a point, which could be another Luna's Future. It'll probably be old money. Same day delivery isn't bad, though. It'll probably be old money. I think we really want old money. It's probably just correct. Oh, we don't want old money there, though. We don't want anything there with 2 or less printed power, because we can't contribute our power towards face-offs. So that's not great. So let's do this. Let's not go that play. Let's just be patient. Starlight. High T for each of us. Starlight. Spend 1 to draw. Score phase.
I see.
Confront for a point, provided that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Exhaust Starlight. And pass. If this is a Mimics, we don't care.
Other Mimics. Okay.
Sure, expected. High Alert.
I always forget I'm in main phase.
Hitrock asks why put Detention on top and not on bottom when it's not that useful, because Detention is still one of our best options for removing opposing friends, and we know that he has 2 large opposing friends in hand right now, so just playing the AT efficiency game, it's a good card. The other Detention is also banished, and I believe there's only 2 here in the deck, which I should really consider increasing to 3, because I really like that card. As for why I didn't put Detention first, or high alert first, that was navigating the meticulous menu. I couldn't see a way to put it second. So, otherwise, yes, I would have. I would have much rather had the high alert. But Octagon is strange.
Let's try one more. Go ahead.
Okay, if it's okay with you just because of Octagon being strange, I'm going to process Meticulous manually. Are you okay with that?
So I repeat that. Your connection gargled up all that.
Oh, I was going to say, if it's okay with you because of Octagon, I'm just going to process Meticulous manually.
Go ahead.
Okay. Let's see how we do. Oh, look, an old money. That's nice. Put that on bottom, put this on top. Okay, one on bottom, one on top.
Sure.
We have a lot of AT. We can miss main 5 times. We miss main more than 5 times. No, we can miss main 5 times. What would we get back as our first card? Same day delivery. I mean, maybe. Okay, well, I say we go for it. It's time to start putting pressure on. And I don't think there's going to be much he can do to stop us. High T.
High T.
And you get your AT as well.
Oh, sorry, you were using high T.
Yes.
I thought for a second you played another one.
No. Starlight, Starlight. Miss main. I'm going to choose I do really like that card. This is a tricky choice. But Twilight and Rarity is probably better. Twilight Sparkle and Rarity.
Sure.
Will you be choosing anything?
That is a good question. The answer is no.
Okay. Let's play another Miss Main. Get back Miss Main. Anything?
No.
I will proceed to do this 3 more times.
Down to 0? Sure.
Pass the turn. Now we've got pressure. And I don't know what he can do short of a school shutdown here, because he has 2 epics in play, and Plume puts Troublemakers into play face down, and because they are both epics, unless he chooses to banish his Grogar, He's not going to be able to uncover anything meaningful. So this is not a great place to be in. Hithrock asks, do I have anything that puts same-day delivery back on top of my deck, or do I do that just by playing it? You mean from my hand? I do not have anything that allows me to put a card from my hand on top of my deck apart from same-day delivery's ability itself. I obviously have Meticulous with Sunset Shimmer and Old Money, and I have Twilighting, which can work if it is already in the top 3 of my deck. But no, I do not have like a Selena or anything. And it might not have seen... Well, actually, we did get to see several new cards, which was good. Twilighting was okay. It got us a couple cards. The Hypnotized by Fear were obviously very good, especially in conjunction with him playing very expensive friends. I think one of the real surprise winners this game was High Alert, though. Not that I am surprised that High Alert did really well, that's why I'm running it, but it might not be obvious at first glance. Plume is fine. Plume is fine. So let's see what he's going to do here.
Starlight?
Plume and Starlight are fine.
Starlight for the AT?
Yes.
Staff?
Staff. Staff is fine.
One of your exhausted Starlights at home.
Sure. Sounds fine. Let's go to flips. Okay, you win.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to do the Meticulous manually. Ooh. So that would let us flip a 6, so it's still not great. For 10. Then we send a Miss Main home. Worst case scenario. I think I'm okay with this. Both cards on top, but rearrange the order.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the tech play. I want to get rid of Starlight and Fume again, and we have Detention. So we're going to be able to do this. This is just going to be kind of a surprise. What's going to look like a really bad face-off for us is actually going to go very well. I'm going to challenge Storm King.
Okay. Smolder?
Sure. Discard Miss Main.
Okay. 8 against 3?
8 against 4.
Sorry, that's right. That's correct.
Should we go to flips?
Sure.
Okay. I believe you are up. Yes?
That's right. Up by 2.
Okay, sounds fine. Send Miss Main home. Okay, now we get to have some fun. Because what we're going to do now... Main face.
Yeah.
High T. Starlight. Plenty of unicorns. Play Detention on Plume.
Sure.
I did forget that we don't have the Starlight over there, so that is kind of unfortunate. Yeah, I forgot we don't have Starlight Unfrightened. Because that was the plan, was to play Twilight and Rarity. Oh. Well, I'm holding down the push to talk key, so. Twilight and Rarity gets much worse. We could Luna's Future. We can play Old Money. If we play Old Money for 4, it's not the worst thing in the world. And we can banish his Starlight and never have to deal with it again. At this point, we may just want to play Old Money, though, and banish the Staff, which seems okay. That's probably fine. Just play Old Money and banish the Staff. But before we do that, we will unfrighten our Starlight at home. Unfrighten Starlight.
Okay.
Exhaust for AT. Play Old Money. Banish Staff. And we have 2 Luna's Futures that we can use on Old Money if we want to. And even though Plume is back on top of the deck, it's gonna be okay. This is fine. Everything is fine.
Okay, let us start of Troublemaker phase.
Yes.
Or wait, hang on a second.
Now, there's a weird series of events that we could have here where Cursed chooses to banish his Krogar, searching for a Mimics, putting it into play at this problem. Then, still before the uncover step, banishes his Storm King to put Grogar into play face down at a problem. Oh no, puts it into play face up there.
That's Starlight.
It's still not great. But he could do it. He could swap one of these for
I will
a
fight
Mimics.
Storm King.
Okay, you are fighting Storm King.
Yeah. Start of the face-off. Let's play 2 power plays. Copying it with Twilight.
Okay, sure.
So, flip 5 cards.
Okay, let's go to flips. Hey, look, you win.
All right.
That was a nice little trick. Not too bad. That was a nice trick, though. However, that problem is now open, which is exactly what we want. We very much want that problem to be open, so that we can begin confronting. How many cards does he have left? 19 cards left.
Plume?
Plume is fine. Face down.
Yeah. Do you have to like keep holding down shift to make it do that, or
You do.
Okay. Well, troublemaker.
Okay. It's all right. It was either going to be that or a Storm King, given what was there.
There's plenty of shadows in this deck too. You saw them get flipped.
Yeah, that's true. Also, it gained you 4 AT for some reason. You should be at 1, I believe. It taxed you for the troublemaker.
Yes. I think... Maybe I don't know. Anyway. Octagon's good. Anyway, we're just moving on.
Okay. I'm going to do some manual meticulous here. Let's do old money first. Ooh, that's a nice one. That's very nice. I kind of like both of these. But we already have a Starlight, and it's going to be cheaper for us to unfrighten her than it is to play one, so she can go to the bottom. Okay, so first Meticulous 2 is good. Let's do the second one. Having a grubber isn't terrible. We'll leave that there. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so what can we do? We can banish both of his friends, which won't be bad, and we can also high T, because he did not leave himself at an even number of action tokens. So we go high T. What do we do? We go high T up to 5, 6, 7, play It's Gonna Work, banishing Plume, play Luna's Future on Old Money. 6, 5, 4, 3. Could unfrighten that Starlight as well, which is probably worth it. 2, play a Twine Rarity Exposed to put a grubber into play and grab something out of hand. Sounds okay. Let's go for that. Main phase. High T for me.
Uh-huh.
Let's do some Starlights. Let's do this Starlight too. It's going to work on Plume.
Sure.
Luna's Future on Old Money. We might as well see what he has. Twilight and Rarity Exposed. I will flicker a grubber over at Grogar. Huh, another Plume. And another power play. Well, we really don't want him defeating that, but we already know that's a Mimics. So, I suppose in this case, we just take... Probably just take a... Yeah, we'll probably take the power play. The Plumes aren't that big of a deal. We can answer them. Okay, we'll take power play.
Okay.
And then we'll get rid of Starlight eventually, and that will be fine. Score phase.
You're good?
End of turn, Old Money enters play, banishes Starlight Glimmer. If nothing else, this game has shown us that
You saw that one?
Old Money is still a pain. And this is good data to have, because the more of a pain Old Money is, the more likely that people won't have to deal with her. But it's a new meta, you know? Everyone deserves a second chance. Even old money. Even main 6. The problem here is this turn we can definitely Luna's Future old money again to banish the mimics. Because we don't want to be fighting with Smolder there. And it's also honestly a question of, do we even care? At this point, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 AT generators per turn, spend 2, get Miss Main back, Miss Main for 2, go up to 11, gain 5, then 6, 7, 8, 9, Miss Main, Miss Main, Miss Main. We probably don't even care. I think we just probably leave this as it is. It's up to Cursed to come up with a reason to threaten us and stop us from doing something other than what we currently are. And so far it doesn't look like he is going to. Not with what he has in hand. Just a bad matchup, unfortunately. I do kind of have a wobbly connection. I'm on Wi-Fi, unfortunately. Hithrock brings up a point with that Starlight that we put on the bottom. And that is something I considered, that she would trigger herself when she enters play. But we've got most of what we need in hand right now, so not super concerned about it. At this point, we have...
Alright, that's Gemstone Feast.
Okay. That's fine. At this point, we have Cursed on a 3-turn clock. The staff is frustrating, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I think it's still a 3-turn clock. Heck, if we really wanted to, we could even choose to challenge Grogar. I don't think I want to, unless I draw like a 2-power card. But, you know, who knows? We might. We'll have to see. So Cursed has the staff.
Grandpa's, if your chat believes that I'm just wasting everyone's time by continuing with this game, then I will gladly concede.
I do not have any comments in my chat that are expressly stating that. They are saddened that you have been unicorns so far, but that's about the worst I've heard of it.
Okay.
It is up to you, though. If you would rather go to a new game, I think we have in our minds a clear vision of what the end of this game is going to look like.
I assume it's going to involve some mismains.
It's going to involve some mismains.
Then I shall concede.
Okay, good game. And now this one has been checked off the list, so I don't have to play it again.
Yeah. So it turns out that I misread Plume. It's written in the reminder text on the card. That's what the reminder text is for.
Yes.
But for some reason, I thought the Troublemakers were coming into play face up.
No, the Troublemakers do in fact come into play face down. However, if you include Captain Seleno in your deck, then they can come into play face up.
She says Trollmakers just enter play face up always.
At her problem. The 2/1/2 purple friend?
Yeah, I'm aware of it.
Yeah.
I thought it was only Trollmakers played to her problem enter play face up.
I don't think so. Let me confirm.
Yes, Trollmakers played here enter play face up.
Ah. That's too bad.
Anyway.
What do you think? You got,
Do you know-
you got one more in you?
Sure. Well, I mean, I got one more deck regardless.
Okay, fair.
Do you know if or when Bugle's supposed to show up?
Bugle sent me a message that he would be available in about 30 minutes from now. So,
Okay,
so we've
then
got
him and
time
I
for
are-
one more.
Him and I are probably going to tag out then.
You think so? You're gonna tag out after that?
Well, we'll see. If this game is anything like the last one, then maybe.
It's not. There are no decks I have that are like the last game. That was
Okay,
that was the worst that I was capable of doing, and I have thoughts on old money.
You just wanted to show me the other side of unicorns, I guess, right?
I did. That's exactly it. You want to play Unicorn Aggro, I want to play Unicorn Control. Okay, let me get set up for the next game. Just a moment. Alright, chat, you know how this works. We have rolled a 1. Ah! Okay, our turn to play the farm deck. We're playing some Wonderbolt Mono Blue Farm this time. So this will be more interesting. Okay. So let's take a look and see what's going on here. So we've got some Flash Magnuses, a couple Galluses for a hasty body at a problem, which is nice to have. Greta's, of course, very useful in flipping Wonderbolt early. Plushy Dash, because it's a good card. Daybreaker, because more points is nice. Patagium, it's a mono blue deck, but Patagium is a 2-cost, 3-power character if we're naming blue with her, which we will, or him. Which is great, but it also flips for 6. This originally was a Caramel Apple, but Caramel Apple, that 1 extra power for confronting is not as useful as having a card that flips for 2 extra power, so even better. And I did say Patagium flips for 6, and I did mean that because Wonderbolt, when she is boosted, has our flip cards have +2 power. Flash Magnus' Shield, Staff, Crown, Dramatic Entrance, Stop Fighting, Safety Lecture for more frightening, and then a suite of Troublemakers, including our Winter Zillas. These are going to be fun. They will be assumed to be epics. They are not epics. So we get to kind of bluff. So, yay. Good fun. Alright, I am playing Rainbow Dash Wonderbolt this time.
Okay. I'm playing Novo.
Ah, okay. Really? Hold on, Cursed. I have thoughts on this.
What?
You're playing Novo. How many cards are in your deck?
It's not that. No.
No?
45.
Okay. Alright, I just had to be sure.
It's true. 2 digits.
Okay, okay, that's fine then. We're okay.
Wonder how many you can put in before Octagon, like, memory crashes or something.
Given what it takes to cause Octagon to crash, probably not that many. Okay, and we have a fine opening hand. It's not a lot of Troublemakers, but we get to flip Rainbow Dash early and kind of bluff the aggro, which is nice. So this will be good. And we'll go ahead and keep this. Oof. Okay, well, you get to go first in all 3 of our games.
Interesting.
Are you keeping?
Let me see here. So I will mulligan.
Okay, you can mulligan. I will keep. Okay, I like our odds here. Yellow is definitely capable of dealing with troublemakers, so we'll have to see how this goes. Start us off when you're ready.
Of course.
Novo. Oh, I think I know which deck this is. I think I've seen Cursed experiment with this. This is a deck using Fluttershy, all creatures great and small, as well as Strawberry Sunrise and Tempest to turn his main back over and over again, and then using the new Queen Chrysalis friend to banish Thorax from discard pile if for some reason he can't flip a Thorax into play. It's a cool deck. It's a neat little aggro / mid-range deck. Okay, well, we are drawing the aggressive cards, and that's fine. That's the great thing about Wonderbolt is it's still blue at the end of the day. You can still play aggro if you want. And we will. We will, in fact, play aggro. For at least a little bit. And hope that we don't get destroyed by like an unsatisfactory work.
Oops. Other thing. Let's flip Novo.
Novo has been flipped.
Holy Spirit?
Sure, Holiday Spirit's fine.
Scorpius confront?
Looks good. Well, sometimes it happens, you know? Let's move Wonderbolt. And play Potassium, naming blue.
Sure.
Scoreface.
Mm-hmm.
Confront for 1, and flip 1 bolt.
Okay.
Pass turn. Okay, the deck is online. Everything is now great. If he chooses to confront, we have Fleshy Dash, although I don't really feel compelled to do that yet. We will see. We have 3 Fleshy Dashes, in fact. Little unfortunate we haven't found a Troublemaker yet. A full 1/3 of our deck is Troublemakers, but given the way that this is going, we're probably going to draw a Winter Zillow before we draw anything else. But again, Cursed here at 2 AT. If he chooses to confront, we're almost certain to win the face-off.
I'm going to pass.
Yeah, that's fine. And there it is! So, you know, stuff happens. That's fine. We could choose to Safety Lecture here, just to frighten that Holiday Spirit and really make it less likely that he's going to have his pink entry. And that may actually be the correct call, because I don't know how useful that's going to be over the rest of the game. So I think we're going to elect to do that. Okay. Main phase. Safety Lecture. Frighten Holiday Spirit.
Sure.
Score phase.
Okay.
That Strawberry Sunrise, if this is in fact that deck, could actually be a problem. It could make it very difficult for us to farm our own Troublemakers if he saves the AT to move her. So we'll have to be careful about that. We may just need to play this like a straight aggro deck for a while. And again, that's fine. We will be capable of DFOing next turn, provided no interference. It will cost us a plushie dash, but I think that's okay. We have several to spare. And in fact, if we draw a Troublemaker, then we can play that too. And then be pretty well set up. So we'll see how it goes.
Two for Pinky.
Sure, Pinky is fine. I'd rather see it now.
Two to rally this Pinky.
Sounds good. Worst case scenario, he belly flops. I don't think he's going to, though. Scoreface is good.
Confront.
Confront is fine.
And face off.
Okay, so I am at 6 versus your 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yes.
Okay, let's flip. Ah, okay, you win.
Hey.
And this is good. We actually didn't show a Troublemaker yet, so he might not realize that we're farm. And that's a Thorax down for him. Ooh, surprise takeoff. Okay. Okay. Options. Options. Yeah, here's another safety lecture. The question is, how much do we care here? We can pay to draw, and worst case scenario, we could discard like a dramatic entrance, or even discard the Winterzilla, since it's unlikely that he has a lot of high impact resources in these colors. Ooh, although he could have Castle. Castle doesn't affect us that much, but it does buff his characters. Sorry, not Castle, Treehouse. Treehouse of Friendship. Well, our draws have not been great. It may just be better to bank. If he goes after this, then we can play a plushie dash, which can definitely catch him off guard. We could even play another safety lecture to frighten the Holiday Spirit just to make it that much less likely that he DFOs, but if that's 4, I don't think he's going to be DFOing this turn, so I think we just bank. Pass turn. Now, if something happens where he does DFO, we have the AT to play plushie dash. Especially even if he just goes for a single confront at surprise takeoff. We can force a surprise face-off at surprise takeoff and get 2 points out of that. Smither says that I've only seen Winterzilla. Do I know that I'm farm? Not yet, I don't. Flash Magnus' shield gives some indication of that. Hi, Bugle.
To move.
2 to move is fine.
2 to move.
Ooh, we could force the face-off here.
Score phase?
Thinking.
Sure. Before score phase or after?
At score phase before confront step.
Okay.
So this could give us an opportunity to plushie dash, move. We'd have to move both of them up there. That doesn't feel good. I don't like it. Okay, that's fine.
All right. Confront and...
Yep, that's fine. I don't like using plushie dash unless I can split the power between the problems here. Well, sometimes stuff happens, and you just don't get what you need. This is unfortunate, however. Main phase, pay 1 to draw. There we go. It's a card. There's nothing he can... Push talk again. There's nothing he can do at immediate speed here. At 0 AT that's going to be really meaningful. So... I think what we do is play the Storm King to his problem. And then just move our character... Moving the characters isn't good enough. That's the problem. We'd have to play a plushie dash. That just feels bad. So we play the Storm King, and we move up to our problem. We could safety lecture yet again. 3 AT. It's unlikely he's going to have anything he can do at 3 AT that'll mess with us. So that's probably it. Storm King, safety lecture on the Holiday Spirit, move, and be in good shape. So let's go for that. Safety lecture, Holiday Spirit.
Alrighty.
Move Rainbow Dash. Move Potassium. Play a Troublemaker. Score phase.
Sure.
Okay. Now we're in some business. We're still shutting him off of pink. He only has 3 AT. It's unlikely he can even start a single face-off at Surprise Takeoff this turn, and even if he does, we can still play a plushie dash before Storm King flips. We will be in good shape. I do not see a way that this goes poorly for us. And hopefully now we just start the gravy train of drawing nothing but epic troublemakers and can close out the game in like 4 or 5 turns. The best thing here is if we beat Storm King and we don't even have to play any cards, then we can go for the DFO and just score a bunch of points next turn.
Score phase?
Score phase is fine.
Alrighty, end of turn. Fire friendship into play.
Naming?
Let's make it white.
Sure. Okay, he has 1 AT and 8 cards in hand, and chose to Unfrighten to be able to confront and get his pink requirement. I smell a belly flop coming from a mile away. But we might not care. Because there's nothing super valuable here that's going to hit us. Storm King.
Are you actually just playing the things I play last turn, last game always?
No. No. No? I'm going to go with no.
Storm King
is no.
Storm King's fine.
Okay. And I should be in Troublemaker phase, not main phase, of course.
I figured as much.
Challenge Storm King.
Sounds good. You are at, that's a 7. You're at 10 total versus my, or sorry, you're at 14 total versus my 7. Correct?
I am at, let's see, this is a 7 and the 6. I'm at 13 total versus your 7. Because Patagium is only 3 power.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Then you're fine.
Okay.
Well, Brian's going into play, obviously, but
I mean, sure.
put him over here.
Okay. That is a Storm King down. Holiday Spirit is still going to be active. So the question is whether or not we want to try to go for the DFO and force the belly flop. We can definitely get a point, unless he chooses to stop that, which would be rude. But he's going to have belly flops eventually. He tosses up Professor of Laughter out there. Still has more friends than us. Still unlikely he'd be able to DFO the following turn, so I think I'm okay with this. That's fine. Scoreface.
Okay.
Attempt to confront surprise takeoff. Yeah, the thinking means belly
Sure.
flop. Plushy dash. Now here comes the flop. Who's it going to be? I know you've got it. So who's it going to be?
Yeah, fair enough. Well... that is actually an interesting question. Who is it going to be? Presumably your deck's mono, so... And actually, this is a fine chance. I naturally call the card Patagium. You say Patagium, right?
Yes.
I assume Ara told you that's what it is?
No. I'm just going to listen.
Okay.
Patagium.
It is Patagium,
Anyway.
you're right.
So let's get rid of Dash and Mullet.
Dash and Mullet are gone. Pass turn to you. And that's fine. This is fine. We don't care. Good night, Hithrock, by the way. I see your message now. I could play the Winterzilla and really bluff this and go after the Fire of Friendship, which would be super amusing. And I might consider doing that, just because we don't have a lot else going on right now. Hand has just not been great. If we draw a true epic...
Yes?
Yeah, there's the treehouse. Yeah, we're definitely using Winterzilla now. Okay. Cool. We are in good shape. Treehouse is fine.
And Scarface?
Scoreface is good.
Go ahead.
Ooh, and a Chrissy. Okay, how many AT do we need to do completely ridiculous things? We spend 2, play a Troublemaker, play another Troublemaker, then uncover it the next turn, brings us up to 6, 5, using Winterzilla, and then 3 to play a Plushy Dash, moving up to Queen Chrysalis. That seems pretty good. Yeah. Okay. Spend 1, play a Troublemaker.
Okay.
Spend 1, play another Troublemaker.
You are indeed a farming deck.
Pass turn. Not going to play the shield here, obviously. He has a Brian in play. It's not worth it. And Treehouse, we don't care about so much for our friends, although it is frustrating. We definitely care about that for his friends, though. So that's going to have to go bye-bye. Yeah, Werefrog suggested the shield, and yeah, we do have the shield to spare, but again, it's really trading 2 AT in a card for his Brian that he got into play for free, so not great. We may even just elect to play the Gallus and flip and go for dramatic entrances if we want to. That'll shut off his Holiday Spirit unless he plays another pink friend this turn. He could actually play a Thorax this turn.
Strawberry?
Ah, Strawberry. Now this is more problematic. But that's still fine. Strawberry's fine.
And Fluttershy.
Now we don't care. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said that's fine.
All right, Scoreface.
Yep, Scoreface is fine.
Try to confront Surprise Takeoff.
Sure.
And Hope Hollow.
Sure.
Okay. Flips.
Yep. All right, let's see. You're at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
15, I think.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I've got you at 18. Are you counting your own treehouse?
18, that's right. Yes. I was missing Novo, actually.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
In any event,
10,
I
11.
believe I win. Unless you have something to do.
Nope, that's fine. You got it.
Okay, 2 points.
Okay, lacking lesson plans is fine. Scored a lot of points there, but that's okay. We'll
Sorry.
take it back.
And I have a Hope Hollow trigger.
The Werefrog, you are right. Brian won't be there to take out other resources I care more about, but there's not a lot of resources that I care more about than that.
Tempest.
Sure. Ah.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, look, another flash. Many troublemakers, one of whom is a Winterzilla.
Sure.
We're gonna eat your treehouse. It is almost worth just playing. It doesn't go for the DFO, so I'm just gonna go like this. Plushy Dash.
Ah, okay, fair enough. Star Troublemaker phase, I assume? Wait.
End of Uncover Step.
Right. We haven't gotten to fighting it yet. Fair enough.
Okay. Challenge Queen Chrysalis.
6 on 7.
6 on
Right.
7.
Effectively 8 on 7, but yes.
Ready for flips?
Yes.
I'm currently up.
That's
Or no, we're
that's
just,
you, yeah.
Yeah, we were up. Okay. It's a little awkward that I chose to move the Patagium over here because it means I'm not confronting this turn, but I think that's kind of what I want. As awkward as that is. I don't even think I want to draw here. I think I just want to save this in case I need to use some dramatic entrances. Or save for a Flash Magnus. Like next turn, Flash, move, frighten something. It's not a bad option. Although I do expect another belly flop, so. Pass the turn. If Cursed goes to confront this turn, though, I'll be at 5 AT, and that's going to be really nice. 5 AT gained. Now, Cursed can obviously go with the option of playing the Tempest face down for 1 and set himself up to be able to flip Novo next turn to move up in DFO again. But if he elects to play the Tempest, then with what he has on board, he wouldn't be able to confront. Let's see what this is.
Oh, he's not confronting over there. Shoot. Oh well.
Yeah, we want it to be 1 AT shy.
Sorry, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Two for Pinky. And we'll dismiss... Oh, wait, I can't dismiss anything. Fair enough.
Nope.
Well,
you can. I just wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, score.
Yeah, seems like a... Yeah.
Score phase is fine. We have no two power friends in our entire deck. Ambassador or Professor of Laughter is completely useless. Ooh, that's a nice one. Okay, so now we get to really do some cool stuff. Like play a Flash Magnus and go for a DFO for 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 we can still pay to frighten. I like this play. This seems good. What will we frighten? We will probably frighten a Strawberry Sunrise. Because the Brian we don't care about. Main phase.
Yeah.
Flash Magnus.
Alright.
Spend 1. Score phase.
Yep.
Confront lacking lesson plants. Move Flash. Pay 1. Frighten Strawberry Sunrise. I could have frightened Fluttershy as well, which may have been the better option. But
you're good.
Strawberry is good with Grogar coming up. Flips. Score 2.
Yep.
If we want any chance of dealing with Grogar, then we're going to have to deal with that.
That's good.
Ah, and this is going to be nice. It's going to let us move a bunch of stuff. Pass the turn. I like our odds. So the way I see this playing out is we move Flash for 1, pay 1. This is again after Grogar flips. Frighten a Holiday Spirit. Move Rainbow Dash up there, challenge Grogar, and be in really, really, really good shape. Still have 3 AT left to be able to play another Plushie Dash in case there's an errant belly flop or something. All of that. And the best part here is if he thinks I'm going to go after a troublemaker, and he's right, technically, Unfrightening that Strawberry Sunrise does nothing, because all I'm going to do is move Flash. I will have priority after that Troublemaker uncovers, before he does. So he cannot stop me from farming Grogar. Which means that... pretty sure...
Troublemaker.
Troublemaker is good. Pretty sure we just have game here.
Pass.
Yeah, because we're going to shut him off the pink for belly flop. And I guess he could have unsatisfactory work, but even that's not going to be enough. Okay, at end of my uncover step. Move Flash, pay 1 to frighten Holiday Spirit, trigger, move Rainbow Dash to Problem because of my Problem's ability.
Yeah.
Challenge Grogar.
Sure.
7 versus 7.
Yeah. Let me see here. Total 12. You are total 3, 7, 14, 16?
Yeah, I'm up by 4 right now.
Well, I can flop something into Flash.
No, you can't. You don't have the wreck.
Oh, good point.
Which is why I frightened Holiday Spirit.
Then you win.
Okay, there we go. Main phase, not score phase. Now score phase. Attempt to confront. Moving out.
All right.
And that goes to 15.
Sorry. Octagon has not processed anything you've done after Troublemaker phase for me yet.
Oh, sorry. I scored 2 for defeating Grogar, going from 12 to 14. Then I moved to score phase.
Oh, I see. Fair enough.
Responses?
No, obviously not. If I had just... Last turn, I screwed up so badly.
What did you do?
Well, I should have done what I did this turn. That turn. I should have just played the Tempest. And then, had a big turn next turn. Because I had a Raptor Razor in hand, and a Dilemma, and another Holiday Spirit, and I'm pretty sure that I could have scored 4. I'm sure you must have a Sepakli attack or something in hand, but...
Nope. Just another plushie dash.
Yeah, but wasting all that AT for 1 point was a big mistake.
Yeah, I intentionally had it set up there where I was not confronting either problem a couple turns ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I did not read Potagium properly.
But you did teach me how to pronounce it correctly, and I appreciate that.
Sure. And I was so close to actually making it happen that game. Tempest and Strawberry and...
It was close.
Novo.
Strawberry was going to be a problem with all the farming going on. The Flash was a pretty clutch draw, so that was nice to have.
Anyway, I am out of decks. Is Bugle here?
Bugle's here.
Okay. I will not go away, but I will tag out with him as far as play goes.
Okay.
Unless you want to tag out and have me play Bugle.
I would actually love a break for a moment if you don't mind playing against Bugle.
Sure, I have time.
You okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, then let's get Bugle in here and get this coordinated. Hi, Bugle. You can probably hear us. Bugle says he needs about 5 minutes, which is fine. He's also saying that Potagium is pronounced potato, as in silly potato. As in, don't play this card, you silly potato.
That is another valid opinion.
Bugle says he is fine tagging out, and I would love to see you play against him. So what I will do then is cut the sim stream for now, and then when you guys are done playing, I'll tag out with you, and then I'll play against Bugle.
Sure.
So I still have 5 decks left, and thankfully no more of them are Unicorn Control. Thank you for the games, Cursed. These were all a lot of fun. I learned a lot about a lot of these cards, and I liked a lot of the things that you were doing with some of the new cards as well. How are we going to stream to Sim if you're not playing? We wouldn't stream to Sim if I'm not playing. You would stream, and Cursed would stream, so Meticulous Talk stream would be open, and Bugle stream would be open. And the good news is, when Sim is not streaming, I believe we have you both on hosting, so Sim's channel would be hosting one of you two. So people can still watch on the Sim channel if they're already there. As long as Cursed leaves his stream open. So with that, I will see you all in a little bit.
Appreciate the games as always.
Thank you.